Thanks for tuning in to my weekly video devotion. This is the January 27th edition. Our reading today is from Luke chapter 4, beginning at verse 14. Then Jesus, filled with the power of the Spirit, returned to Galilee, and the report about him spread throughout all the surrounding region. He began to teach in their synagogues and was praised by everyone. When he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, he went to the synagogue on the Sabbath day, as was his custom. He stood up to read, and the scroll of the prophet Isaiah was given to him. He unrolled the scroll and found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he's anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He sent me to proclaim release to the captives, recovery of sight to the blind, to let the oppressed go free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." And he rolled up the scroll, gave it back to the attendant, and sat down. The eyes of all in the synagogue were fixed on him. Then he began to say to them, "Today the scripture has been fulfilled in your hearing." The word of the Lord. So back when I was in seminary, I was invited to attend meetings with two separate candidates to fill the vacant Christian ethics professor position. At the meeting with one of the candidates, he was asked to share his mission statement. He pulled out his Bible from his briefcase and turned to Luke chapter 4, and he quoted verses 18 and 19 that begin with, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me." Jesus' mission statement had become his mission statement. It was absolutely brilliant. I attended both of the meetings with these candidates, and afterwards I made my opinion known to members of the committee that I felt like this first candidate, the one that had quoted the scripture from Isaiah, was the best one for the job. Unfortunately, I gave it to the other person, and as it turned out, that was a big mistake. But I've never forgot that candidate's wisdom. I've tried to make Jesus' mission statement my mission statement as well. One of the ways that my wife Diane and I try to fulfill that mission statement, particularly the part of recovery of sight to the blind, is by serving as volunteer puppy raisers for Leader Dogs for the Blind. We are currently raising our 9th puppy. He's a golden retriever yellow lab mix named Dexter. Leader Dog for the Blind basically shut down their breeding program for 6 months. So as we prepared to take our 8th puppy, Luna, back to Leader Dog last fall, we were expecting to have to wait several months for our next dog. However, the person who was raising Dexter was a woman who lived by herself. She was having surgery and she wouldn't be able to take care of him, so we received him as a free home dog. We received him when he was 8 months old, and because they're training fewer dogs right now, we're going to have him until August. It's always very difficult to take the dogs back when it's time for them to return to Leader Dog. And I'm telling you, it doesn't ever get any easier. But I have to remember that someone needs that dog more than I do. Because we've seen how the dogs that have become Leader Dogs have changed their clients' lives and changed them for the better. Our second dog was a black lab named Ebony. We really didn't think he had any chance at all of becoming a Leader Dog. But he surprised us, and he graduated. He was placed with a young man who was start college classes near his home, not far from Detroit, that fall. After Ebony had been with him about a year, we went to visit David and his family, and Ebony did recognize us right away. But Ebony has the perfect home. Ebony always loved the water, and David and his family have a boat, and so they go out just about every weekend. We're blessed because David sends us updates on how he and Ebony are doing along with pictures. We get those 3 or 4 times a year. Currently, mission statements aren't as big a deal as they were even 10 years ago. But Jesus had a mission statement, and it is a timeless one. If you're looking for some direction this new year, why not read Luke 4:18 and 19, and let Jesus' words guide you. And if you'd like more information on becoming a puppy raiser with Leader Dogs for the Blind, please don't hesitate to contact Diane or I. Thanks for tuning in.